Stereo. We're going into a zone and travel called, and Mexico showing zone. Good lateral movement. This is a bit of a trouble situation here. And well handled. Dominican Republic team showing a lot of composure. This wall running hard at the beginning of the game, but they're more passes, the better, and there's no space through the middle. And a foul called. And what we need to see is space through the middle here. And we're not seeing it upfield just yet. So Mexico playing a 3-3-1 zone, a kind of a cup wall at the front, chinchilla some would call it. And then the mids are pinching in, especially the mid-mid, preventing anything in that lane and collapsing as necessary. Looks like it's opening up a bit, but not really. It's going to be slow going for a bit. We're going to call a double. Let's hope these teams give us a good show. Or at least they play well. That's what's a good show. And foul, contact, going to 0. And over the top here would be good, but the right mid adjusts back. Going to man. Or no? Saying line force, I believe. I'll do my best to interpret as I can as this game goes along. To those of you that are joining us, Dominican Republic or Mexico, good afternoon to you. Those of you joining us from Germany, good evening. Those of you joining us from Sweden, good evening to you as well. Scoobers and over-the-top scoobers like that have a bad habit of becoming unstable very quickly. This is excellent movement by Dominican Republic. And then a foul is being, or no foul called. And just a little bit of a rush throw. And there's one player open deep for Mexico. Big throw going up. It's floating down to them. Oh, and it's would have been spectacular catch. And they need a popper. That's what they need. They need someone who will operate in that zone. Sometimes they have 2, sometimes they have 3. Either that or they need to move it out to the sides and then upfield. And Mexico opting to allow easier dump passes, which of course, rather than bidding on them, but then making the upfield much harder to move through. And now it's a melt called. And Dominican Republic start out first this pull. Oh, sorry. It looks like it's going to be a man, and it is. And a sliding catch in the middle. A turnover, Dominican Republic. A chance to break. And Messi's triangle stack in the end zone. There is a pick call. So we're going to go back into this stack then. It was really messy earlier and it's cleaned up. Free player in the middle. Oh, that was close. Taken confidently, I think that's the best thing I could say. Number 56, we'll figure out his name. To those who suggested about the player lists, we do have them. The problem is sometimes the visibility of the actual number. Hole. Sailing back inbound. A very young Mexico team here. A very confident Dominican Republic team comes out with a zone. Once again, no options to the middle. And that's the difference you'll see in an open zone versus a mixed zone, is that those target points that you can throw to in an open zone are much smaller. And in mixed, you can replicate that by playing 4-3, putting 3 ladies up front, and then going 4 out back. And an attempt at a hammer over the top. And it was a good-looking hammer. Unfortunately, no one underneath. Directing, calling the play back in. Ooh, it's a bit of a floater. And indeed well by Mexico. Now they're going to get it back. We're going to see the zone set up again, I would assume. Calling to stretch it, go deep, and there's a height mismatch deep, but he wants that option there. Swinging it. Again, a hammer over the top, and it's to space again. And the issue is that there isn't a cut in motion downfield from Mexican players. Ooh, got a piece of it. Acrobatic catch. Oh, and a foot block. So many turns both ways now. Foot block by Alejandro on Team Mexico. And he's got to be, and there's another hammer. In this one, there is a player there, and we should have it breaking open. Lots of options. And Mexico 2-1. It picks up the pace and continues to keep it. And man, indeed now we're going to zone. Oh, but easily taken by the tall man at the back. Here on the sideline. River options, centered. There's furious pace now. Going downfield, slowed up a little bit. Resetting. No upfield options. Quickly flip back. Looking up the field, nope. Poach. But there's that defensive pressure. Needs to be there to take it deep. And a foot block. But foul called. And it's coming back. And easily Deed in the end. Went under, but looking deep. No options there. Swinging it. Lots of room to run in. But there's a big man at the back poaching off. Means there must be a mid player that's free. Back into the zone. Mexico very good at setting back up in it quickly. That's dangerous. Number 12 is a lefty. Oh, that's risky. Well read. A little bit of contact in the air. We've been seeing that all the whole tournament so far. Looking deep, flips it. Once again. Good adjustment for players to avoid each other there after the catch had been made. The big man, number 4, who you'd normally see in a receiving position, has been playing deep D in the zone for Mexico. Now he's also handling. Oh, just got a piece on that, the Dominican player. And they're going to be trapped in their end zone. A good blade. Nope. Great heads up. Good positioning by the handlers. And just coming from behind and tap. And he's saying, yep, I'll take the foul. Dominican Republic requesting sideline. And Manuel scores that one as well. So Dominican Republic lead 4-2. And taken quite low. And a zone. And it's a big straight up zone. Wide ears, so to speak. Now it's a cup. Very dynamic. So it's almost a wedge with, while not allowing one of the handlers in the middle. Mexico again with a hammer, and great hammer in this win. Oh! Great cheers from the sideline. When the throw goes up, the Mexicans charge up. And then the stands, players in the stands as well. When it's let go, there's a big roar. Getting pushed back a little bit, but nothing of concern, really. So Mario with the disc, but there's a call. Oscar crosses it. Back to Mario. This is Mario Bolvar, Valenzuela. And travel called. We'll go back to Roma Brito. Actually, nope. It's going to stay with number 12, Luis Perez. Oh, and pressure. Victor dumps it. Big sailing pole is going to go out of bounds. Go. And Dominican Republic choosing to go with man. Ten called. And it's called stall down. And we'll take a look at this hut for the fun of it. And a cut from the back. And unfortunately bobbled. Maybe thrown a little bit early. And thrown to ground. Mexico struggling on offense at this point. This man defense by Dominican Republic. Shutting them down. And this cut from the back of the stack, that's your go-to play. Gabriel Silva. Looking for Eduardo. But a big layout D, and he wants to go end-to-end, but there's no one there with him. And the D was there by Carlos Rios. He's come back to get the disc now. And just knocked out by Eduardo there. And resetting to positions. Want to make sure there's no violations. And there's the entirety of the formation. And he's got options down the sideline, but flips it back. And is 1 point behind. Dominican Republic still lead. They could have extended their lead. I'm not a fan of those no-look passes. There's a little bit of swagger and nonchalantness that Dominican Republic has now from those handlers that wasn't there earlier. Oh, big floaty hammer. And knocked down. And Dominican Republic get another chance. Zone again from Mexico. Wind picking up a little bit, as well as a cold breeze. This points to probably a little bit of rain coming our way. And very tight zone here. This is a tough position. Oh, just scooped up. Fantastic grab. Luis centers it, then back out to Mario. He wants to huck it. He's got the options. And now there should be a little bit of movement against the zone. Six. Rafael to the middle. Mario Octavio. Mario Balvar. They're 8 and 9. And according to my guide, they share a lot in common, including name. But not position on the field, and a good floaty hammer across. Still the one throw I have not mastered, or even come close. I tend to get a little bit blady. To Mario, very recognizable. He wears the blue shoes, much like his jersey. And of course, the red hat. Rafael, back to the middle. To Octavio, Mario Octavio. He wears the green shoes. Number 12, Luis. Went up the field. Oh, no options available. And here we go. There's one. Oh, and it just slips out. You can see him thinking about the next pass. Turning. Mario muscles upfield, but nothing happening. There's good D. Rafael needs to float it out. There's no one there. Mario Bolivar runs it down into the back of the end zone. Mexico very good with the hammers here. Confident as well. Good snag. Oh, popped up. Could have a chance at it. Gets it back. Far down the field. Carlos Rios with the disc. And there's a call further down the field, so there is a stoppage and a timeout called. Reveals the plan. It creates problems. This one back to the middle. Oh, and two players are coming across. No issues. Popped up. Really close to the end zone. Goes with the hammer. Centered. To those of you listening in, I apologize. I don't know where my Spanish commentator is. He's out and about. There aren't too many spectators here right now. If they were, I would ask one of them to help out, but it's a pretty serious game. Hammer again. And Mexico tying it up at 5-5 from Pepito Miro. And a big hanging throw comes back in. Or sorry, Pan American Ultimate Club Championships. Mexico with a wall. Good movement, moving the wall side to side. This could tire them out, and that's the issue. They're just marching down the field here. There is no pressure back or from the side. And just like that, in about 8 passes, they're at the opposing brick mark and easily taken. And on this offensive stretch for Mexico, we'll have a better chance getting the names. Dominican Republic lead 6-5. Caught in the middle by Eduardo. Low throw. Huck, Blady Huck, good positioning. A little bit rushed there. And this D-line looking to get another break, but having trouble moving it. And there's a pick. I think that's one of the big issues that we're seeing here, is that there's a very messy stack here in the middle. And that, what you've seen, is how it was being set up for the whole point. Oh, that's a risky throw. It just needed to be a flick. Break. And then tapped in the end zone. Pumping themselves up again for the pull. There's Floaty. Is he going to stay in bounds? It does. Caught in the front of the end zone. Moved easily. Now there's a man D here. Something that Dominican Republic not as used to playing against, but there's a discussion on disc space right now. Coming in at 0. Hucks it. On the end of it is not who was expected to be there. Good movement through the middle. Bit of a bump. And there's a travel call in the middle of the field. Let's see, 4 handlers set up. And a foul. Throw by Jose Sanchez. He's got the disc. It's close to the end zone. Mexico on the verge. Going up a break. Into the second half, Dominican Republic with a pull. Pick called. Dominican Republic now needs 2 breaks to win this game. Mexico getting that all-important break. The disc a little bit short. Mads with his height coming down, sends a hammer, crossfield. We have rain into the south. It is light rain in both cases. Way offside on the pole, but really no penalties here for that. The players, however, were not, so only the puller. And man, defense. Once again, a little bit of an interesting play downfield. Cycling, and low. Clearing up. And I think we're not going to have any rain here today. Of course, as I say, we might. Mexico, defense, got a lot of confidence now. They've been playing a few points together. And Dominican Republic gets it back. Trapped on the sideline, good movement. Bid on it, low, pass. Looking for option. Well, I'd only have to miss 1 game and then I can run out and get a replacement fairly easily. We're not as high end as next gen. What they do and very experienced. Attempted poach there. Good heads up recognition of what was happening. Looking for a deep hug. Option's not there. 9. But Mads is there. Looking for the hug, but there needs to be motion here. And just again turn. This is where the Dominican Republic's been struggling. It's on their defensive offense. Looking up line, calling disc space. The Dominican Republic player is wrapped around. The play stuck in this side of the field right now, looking for an up line option. Easy reset finally. Back to Mads, an experienced handler. Wanted to throw a hammer. You could see him adjust his hand. And a heads up poach D. And flick. It's hanging. It's a battle. They're taking on the personality of their coach as I've seen him walking around. Number 2, I don't know his name, but very calm, collected, steady, and tall. Maybe you can grow into tall. Under's taken, it's dropped. However, there's a discussion, and they're just saying, well, I guess that didn't have anything to do with it. Dominican Republic again, another shot, another chance. Asking for it on the line, not going to take it. Reset smartly. And pick called. Break pass off the field, positioning. Not many options in the end zone, but they try a hammer of their own. It floats, batted away. Adjustment equipment. Reset. Up line. Oh, if there had been a heads up coverage. You just wish that someone had spoken to him, telling him to turn around. And still recovered. Oh, unfortunate. Tried for a trailing end catch. And the disc is in. Up line. Looking again up line, but there isn't a clearance. And some sort of pivoting, and there's a violation with contact. Looking for movement. Reset and dropped, but violation called. I don't know why you'd risk the drop. The clearing and cutting upfield is not inspired, I would say. Doesn't affect, comes back, count resets, that's... Dominican Republic being driven further back or stuck on the sideline. They're not really gaining much here. And there's a pick called. Disc in. Why would you take the in cut? It's going to be a huck. High. Oh, and this one's going to be contentious. Dominican Republic get it back. No issue. It's a friendly competition. Huck option available and bumped. This one's a good centering pass. Creates options down the field and a pick call again in the later game situation. We're going to run into soft cap fairly soon. It's floated, contention, and Mexico comes up with it. Lots of options. The strong line, a line we've seen deliver all game. Wide available in the middle. And Matt's not as agile as the player that he's covering. Could cause issues. Huck available. It's low. And grabbed. Dominican Republic want to stay on for as long as possible. Good long pull. Deep. It's going to be moved forward well. Stuck a little bit on the sideline, but fantastic movement by Mexico. There's lots of gives and goes. Line in the middle. Break pass and a bump. Both players go down. Versus Colombia. Pick called in the middle. Colombia already in one upset today. The mixed division. And just dropped behind. Mexico's moving it well, and Dominican Republic, another chance. Calls a timeout. Here we go, Dominican Republic. 5-2 again, as we've seen. And a foul, and that is a tough. A few drops of rain here and there. Again, calls for no huck. But I want to see a huck. Mads, though, hanging out deep. Oh, that one just through the hand. It's going to be much worse. It's fairly stable. Reset, looking down the line. Not there. This backhand force working well for Mexico. In the middle. Slowing down a little bit. You can see the pace. Both of these teams having played 18 points already. Now on their 19th point. Having played 18. And then a turn. And it's a matter of pace. And there's an option to go deep. And he wasn't looking, but he's calling for it. And just off on the sideline. This is definitely fitness at this point. Second game of the day for these folks. I believe the fourth of the tournament, fifth, but humid. A little bit tiring as well this game. They played a lot of points. And they haven't been short points. They have been long grinds. Passes, cuts, upfield. But back to the game. We are luckily in a pocket. And straight up force call. Oh, and Mexico needs this point. Puck available. Oh, and just out of fingertip. Goes over the top. Might be a little bit short. It is. And Dominican Republic defense. Get another shot. They've got a little spring in their step before. And they've got it back. Looking for a deep. And foul called. Colombia versus Chinese Taipei game. I am going to try to get our Spanish commentator, Senor Jimenez, back. And a shoe left behind on the field. Game likely going to 12. And he's playing with only one shoe. You can see the shoe on the ground behind him. Does not seem to be affected too much by it. Pez sends a blade up. Oh, that was a beautiful pass. And media control. A little bit of shadow here on the field as clouds pass over. Mexico now down 2 points. Needs some breaks to win this game. And hammer goes up. In fact, needs 2. And hammers that were working before, unfortunately not to anyone in motion or to space. Dominican Republic, a lot more confidence now with the disc. And throws the huck up. Oh, that would have been spectacular. However, a little bit underthrown. Thinking open, one of the things you learn well is that blades are probably your best friend. Or bladey throws. They get where you want them to go, and they get there fast. And more importantly, they get around the defender. It closes the window that a defender can attack in. Lasered in, Mads. A lot of clapping here. I prefer people actually use their voices because when they do that, you know who's calling and you can give more instructions. Oh, close to the sideline. Options. Sliding. I think he expected that to be lower. Oh, and bobbled at the end as well. We have a big cloud just passing by here. Scary looking. But not going to be an issue really. Rain also passing us by. You can see it going by, and it's wonderful to see that it's not hitting us. Oh, but I can see the dustings of it. Just off in the distance, floater. This one. Staying out. They're telling him don't touch it. Sorry for my yell. There. And here comes the rain.